Hello friends, today we'll see how to install Masm tool for Edge 6 to work in the Android mobile device. So the links are given in the description. You can use that links to install the required software. So click on the link 1 in the description given. So when you click on the link 1, it will direct you to an DOS box. Okay, software tool is it for working the as a command prompt. Okay, so download this DOS box latest version. So click on the download latest version. So already I have downloaded it. So again it is asking to download again. So your file will be getting downloaded. So once it is done, you open that. So when you open that, okay, DOS box, it is prompting you to install the application. So click on install. Your DOS box is installing. So once it is done, you click on done. Okay, now go back to the description. There you will have another link, second link. Click on that second link. It will direct you to the another uh, location where you will have this Edge 6 software tool. This Edge 6 software will work for both TASM as well as for MASM. Now click on this download link of the Edge 6. You'll get your download of the Edge 6. So once it is done, you click on open. So it is available in my files. So you can open it. So now you can see that this Edge 6 zip folder, it is a zip folder. It is available in the downloads. So if you go back to the downloads, it is there in the downloads, Edge 6 zip folder. Okay, so select this zip folder and then you need to extract. Okay, select extract. So this Edge 6 folder is extracted. Okay, you will get the extracted folder here. Now you open the extracted folder. Okay, you will have another Edge 6 folder. So select that another Edge 6 folder. Okay, and then you move that folder to the internal storage. Actually the folder is in downloads. Now you need to move that folder to the internal storage. So move that folder here to the internal storage. Now you got this Edge 6 new folder in the internal storage. So open that Edge 6 folder. So when you open this Edge 6 folder, you will have the 8 files. So these 8 files are required to perform the assembly language programming in TASM or MASM for the Edge 6 microprocessor. Okay, so be sure that your Edge 6 folder is having no subfolders. Okay, when you open the Edge 6 folder, so directly you should have all these 8 files. So when you have done this, now we'll go back to the DOS box. So once you have done this Edge 6 setup, we'll go back to the DOS box folder, DOS box app. So DOS box app is available on the screen because we have installed it already. So now it is available on the screen. So open that and DOS box app, that is Android DOS box app. Now it is asking to give the permission. So continue, give the permission. Okay, it will say it's an older version, but no problem, it will work. Okay, so now you swipe up at the bottom of your screen. Okay, at the mobile screen, you swipe up at the bottom of your mobile screen. So you'll get few functionalities here like special keys, okay, resize, input mode, button, settings, keyboard. So several options are there. So first select resize. Resize is on off, so resize on. So when you resize the screen, you can see the letter somewhat larger. Okay, now again swipe up at the bottom, you'll get again the functionalities. Now select the keyboard option, so you'll get the keyboard here. Now you need to type the command, okay, to go to that Edge 6 software. Now you are in C drive. Okay, now we need to move to the 8086 folder. So change the directory, you need to type the command, change the directory cd space 8086. So this will take you to the 8086 folder. So press enter. That is the arrow key that is available at the right side corner bottom. So click on that. You'll go to the 8086 folder. Okay, now you are in C drive 8086 folder, that is your phone storage. Okay, 8086 folder. Now you are in here. You can do the options, that is you can do the programming, like you can edit the program. That means you can type the program, you can edit the program, or you can save the program. Okay, and then you can assemble the program, and then you can debug the program. Okay, link the program. You can do several operations here. Okay, so first we need to type the program, okay, for the ALP. So for that you need to type the command, okay, edit. Okay, press enter. So edit, press enter. It is going to open an editor window. When you type edit and then press enter, you are going to be editor window. So there it will direct you to the editor window with untitled document. So you can see that it's an untitled file. So it is opened an untitled file with no name. So if you want, okay, the name of the file also, you can give it directly in the edit command. That is also possible. Now we will type the program here. As the editor window is opened, okay, we will type the program here. So let me type a simple addition program. So for that I need to write the commands. Assume, okay, cs code comma ds data. So first command, you need to assume the, okay, code and data segments, and then you need to start the data segment. Okay, you need to start the data segment, and then after starting the data segment, you need to give the inputs. So operand 1, first input, size of the input is 16-bit DW, and then the first input, okay, you are writing 200H, and then you need to write the second operand, OPR2, second operand, and the size of the operand is 16-bit DW, and again I am giving the same input, okay, 2000H. So two inputs are given, operand 1 and operand 2. We need to add these two inputs, we will get the result. So RES is the result, memory location, and DW is the 16-bit value, result 16-bit value, and we need to reserve this as we don't know the result. So we'll keep it as a question mark. Okay, so it will reserve the, okay, one memory location for result RES. Now we need to end the data segment. So data end S, end the segment data. Okay, now we need to start the code segment. So start the code segment. In the code segment you need to start the programming. So start writing the program. First command, first instruction is move AX comma data. So we need to first keep the data to the AX register. Okay, and then, okay, we need to write move ds comma data, sorry, ds comma AX. So that is assigning the address or storing the address of the data segment in the ds register. And then you get the first operand, move AX comma OPR1. So get the first operand, okay, OPR1, get the first operand in the AX register. Okay, get the first operand OPR1 in the AX register. Now you add this operand in AX with the operand 2. Okay, operand 1 in AX is added to the operand 2, and then result will be stored in the AX. Now you are having the result in AX, so we need to move that result in AX to the RES memory location. So move RES comma AX. This will move the result in AX to RES memory location. Now once you have done, we need to put a breakpoint interrupt here, int3h, and then we need to end the code segment that we have started, code end segment, and then we need to end the start of the program. So you have started the program, so we need to end the start of the program. So you need to always make sure that you are writing the spellings okay, correctly, otherwise you will get errors. So code end segment and then end the start and then end the program. So once you have done this, now we need to save the program. Okay, so that is the end of the program. We need to save this program. So tap on the screen near the file. Okay, so near the file, select, tap on the screen. Now we'll get some keys here. So select Alt key. Okay, after selecting the Alt key, press F in the keypad. So when you press F in the keypad or keyboard, okay, you will get the file menu opened. So when the file menu is opened, you can see different options on the file menu. One is the new, to create a new file. So if you press N in the keyboard or keypad, okay, your new file is opened. If you press O in the keypad, okay, you can open the existing file. If you press S, it is simply saves the file. If you press A in the keypad, new file, that is the file can be saved with a name. Okay, and then you can exit from this by pressing X. You can print this with the help of P. Okay, you have a different options in the file menu. Now we need to save this. So select A on the keypad. So when you press A on the keypad, it will ask you save the file with a name. So save the file with a name. So for example, I'm saving this with the file name addition1. Okay, ad1.asm. So I'm saving this with the file name ad1.asm and then press enter. Now you can see that your file name appears on the top middle. So C8086 ad1.asm is your file. Okay, now you can go back to the DOS box and then you can do the remaining procedure to execute the program. Okay, now again tap near the file menu, again select F. Okay, and then again press F in the keypad, file menu will be opened. Now press X to exit from this, okay, editor window. Press X. Now you are exit from the editor window. Okay, now here you need to type the command for assembling. Okay, first we need to assemble and then link and then execute. Okay, first we need to assemble. The command is masm, okay, file name .asm. So your file name is ad1 and then .asm. So ad1.asm. So when you type this command and then press enter. Okay, file name is ad1. If you are giving different file name, you can use that file name. So press enter. So object file is created. Again you press enter. Listing file, again you press enter, and then you can see that there are, okay, no errors. You have 0 warning errors, 0 severe errors are there. So if you have any errors in the program, so it will show the errors here. Okay, in case if you are having any errors in the program, now you need to go back to the program and you need to edit those errors or correct those errors and then again come back, okay, and then do the assembling again. Okay, you need to again do the masm instruction and then again check the errors. So if there are no errors, you can continue, but in case if there are any errors, you need to type this command, edit, okay, your file name ad1.asm. okay, now it will go to the program. Okay, press enter. So it will go to the program. Here you need to change any instructions. If there are any errors, you need to correct those errors. After correcting the errors in this program, again you tap on the file, okay, select Alt F and then X, you will exit. Again after correcting the errors, in case if there are any errors, okay, you need to correct them. After correcting the errors, again you need to do the command masm, okay, ad1.asm. okay, again you need to do the command masm ad1.asm, but we have no errors. Our file is assembled, so we got 0 warning errors, 0 severe errors, so no problem. So we can proceed for next command. So what is the next command is linking. So link, so your file name ad1.object file. Okay, assembling you need to do .asm file, linking you need to do the object file. So link ad1.object file. So press enter. Okay, you are getting a run file .exe file. Okay, and then again press enter, and then you'll get no stack segment. Okay, so warning, it can be ignored. It says no stack segment in the program. We have not used any stack segment. Okay, so warning, it's not a problem. Okay, no stack segment is a warning, that's no problem. And then you can go for the last command, that is a debugging command. So press debug, debug, debug command. Okay, then give space, debug, your file name ad1.exe. So ad1.exe is a executable file, so you need to debug that executable file. So when you do this command and then press enter, so it will show you, okay, cursor blinking. Okay, so with a small symbol hyphen, it is showing you the cursor blinking. So there you need to use few commands to debug this program. Okay, so first we need to press U here. Okay, before that, after that small cursor. Okay, so at the cursor is blinking, right? At that point you press the, you give the value U. Okay, U means unassemble. So unassemble and then press enter. So when you do this unassemble and then press enter, you will get your program. Along with that, you will get the mission code and the addresses of the code segment where your program is stored. Okay, actually you have done your program, right? So when you have done your program, only the instructions written in the code segment, okay, are having the mission codes. Only the instructions in the code segment are having the mission codes, and those mission codes can be seen here. That means when you unassemble the program, it will show you the, okay, mission codes for the instructions in the code segment alone. Okay, so in the code segment you are writing the instructions from move ax comma data, move ds comma ax. So those instructions are here, and you need to, okay, see that instructions. You need to make a note of those instructions. Okay, till int 3 point. Okay, interrupt 3 is the end of that program. So how many instructions are here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 instructions. So interrupt 3 is the sixth one, so you need to end with that. Okay, that is your program, int3. Until int3 is your program. So after int3 you are having some other, okay, values like push cs, decrement cx. So those are all not a part of your program. Okay, those are instructions that are already available in that memory locations, so they will also appear here. Okay, only we need to consider till the int3, because up to int3 is your program. So first 6 instructions, okay, till int3. So you can see first the value is 076b, okay, colon 4 zeros. So 076b colon 4 zeros is nothing but the physical address of the instruction. Okay, physical address of first instruction. So 076b is the code segment address, and 4 zeros is the offset address. Okay, 076b is the code segment address, and then 4 zeros is the offset address. So if you combine these two, you will get the physical address. And after that you are having some value known as here, the value here is B06A07. So B06A07. So B06A07 means it is the mission code or the opcode, okay, for the program, for the first instruction. Similarly, for the second instruction, the address is 076B0003, and the opcode or the mission code is 8EB8. Okay, 8ED8, right? 8ED8 is the mission code. So likewise you are having for all the instructions the mission codes and the address where those instructions are available. You will get that when you do this unassembling U. So once you have done that, you have verified your program is correct. Now you can type the command G. Okay, G for execution, G for go for execution. You can execute the command by typing the G instruction, right? So G, and then press enter. Enter means always you see that at the right corner you are having a small enter button. Okay, that is showing the arrow mark, okay, at the right side corner. So you press that enter button. Okay, now we'll get some register values. So you are having ax value, bx value, cx value, all registers values you are having, and you are having some flags also. Okay, all this you will get. Now you need to know that where your answer will be. So what you have done is, we have taken two operands and we have added them, and our result is in ax register, right? So what are our two inputs? One is 2000h, another input is also 2000h. Okay, first input is 2000h, next input is also 2000h. So when you add these two inputs, 2000h and 2000h, the value is 4000h. So you can see the ax value. So what is the ax value here? After typing the G command, ax value is 4000h. That means you have done your program, your answer is correct. Okay, you are adding the 2000 value, 2000 value, you are getting the 4000 value. You can give different inputs in the program and check for the outputs in the AX register. Okay, now if you want to check the values of inputs and outputs in the data segment, because you have written a data segment in the program, right? So in the data segment you will be having inputs and outputs. So if you want to see that, so type this command d space ds, data in the data segment. So data segment starting from address 40. Okay, data in the data segment starting from address 40h. Okay, 40, and then press enter. Now you can see you will get the data segment memory values. Okay, now look at the first line. So look at the first line, 076A 40 is the data segment address. Okay, 076A is the data segment address, 40 is the offset address. Okay, and then after that 40 you are having 0020, that is first value 2000. Next is 0020, that is another 2000 next value. So next is 0040, that means it is a 4000 your result. So always see that the value in the register and memory are both are in reverse order. Okay, so always in a register first you will have the higher value and then lower value, but when it comes to the memory first you will have the lower value and then you will have the higher value. So remember this. Okay, whenever you are looking the data in the register and memory, they are both in reverse order. Okay, in a register always first you will have the higher value and then lower value, but in the memory first you will have the lower value and then the higher value. So when you are studying the data in the memory, you see that in a reverse. So answer is 2000 first value, and second value is so 2000, and your answer is 4000. Okay, after that you are having so many other values in the data segment memory. Okay, we will not consider all those values because those values are not related to our program. These are some default values that are available in that memory location. So that is done. Okay, we have debugged the program successfully and we have verified the data in the registers, we have verified the data in the memory. Okay, now we can come out of this program and we can do the another programs. So if you want to come out of this debug mode, you need to press the command q. Okay, q is the command. When you press the q and then press enter, you are going to coming out of that debug window. So now you are in 8086 folder. Again you can go for the edit command, again you can go for new programs, again you can do the same procedure. So this is how we need to do the programming of 8086 in Android mobile device by using these tools. Thank you.